What's up, guys? It's Fee Janelle. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are actually going to partake in a DIY. And what are we going to DIY, you ask? A kitty. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to DIY a ring light. So I've been seeing this around YouTube for a while, and in terms of lighting a YouTube video, I felt this was going to be the most cost efficient and fun thing to do to start me out, at least on this channel. So the things that you'll need for this ring light: Styrofoam Wreath, mirror duct tape, which I found both at Hobby Lobby. Make sure you use coupons. A 33-foot LED tape light, which I found on Amazon for about $21.99. Of course, you can probably find it cheaper, but this is what I found. And then also a nice orange tabby, because he clearly doesn't want to leave me alone. But all right, so let's get started. First thing you'll want to do is take that ring light, or ring wreath, I should say. Pull off any tabs, any stickers. Make sure there's nothing, around it in terms of debris or anything like that. Just make sure it's a good slick surface for that way, or so that way your tape lights will stick to it or adhere to it better. Okay, so now that we got all of that out of the way, let's move forward with getting this wreath covered. First, we're going to take whatever labels or other little things that may be on your wreath off before actually applying the duct tape. You want to take the duct tape pretty gently because it will stick onto itself very easy, very fast. But you want to take that and kind of start at a slight angle, or at least that's what I kind of did, so that when you start to wrap, you can already start going in a direction to where you're not completely overlapping the tape, but at the same time making sure that you don't have any spaces between each roll or rotation of tape, I guess you could say. It's always fun when you have some kind of company, whether it be your animals or a significant other, friends, or whatever. It's cool to have somebody with you to kind of help kill some of that time. In my case, I had my little runts with me, and yes, they were getting in the way and on the tape, but we still made do. Now, I sped up the video for obvious reasons, but as you can also see, somehow I didn't get my orientation right with the camera and whatnot, so you can't really see too much of what I'm doing. However, I can just describe here. It's basically just me wrapping the wreath with the duct tape. That's it. And yes, I am on a struggle bus with this. For some reason, it seems like it's easier than what it actually is. But me being the perfectionist, that's probably why it seemed so freaking difficult. So we're going to speed through this. As you can see, I've gotten halfway through. I'm going to speed through, and all right, here we are. Now we're ready to get the lights put on. We have the wreath completely covered in the duct tape. Fun begins now. All right, so as you can see here, I have my lights kind of set up to where when I go around in the circle or around the wreath, that it should, quote unquote, follow along with me and not get tangled. However, that didn't work too well, but neither here nor there. As long as you get the lights on, you're good. What I did here is I started out towards the center of the wreath and basically worked my way from the center to the outside. And again, you're going to see me speed through the video so that you can obviously see, I guess, the motion or the pattern of how I did this. I did them as close as possible as I could to each row. And I will say this, you may want to have some crazy glue or some kind of super glue, something kind of on hand. I didn't use it too much for myself or for this piece, but it would come in handy after a while, because as you're rotating this around the ring, you'll notice that it's not adhering as good as you would hope. Not to say that it won't stay adhered, it's just you're taking something, that a string light that's meant to basically be more in a more flattened position, than you're putting it in a circular or round, in a spheric kind of setting or a set. So just keep that in mind. If you feel like you need a little bit of super glue to help it stay down, you can do that here in between each row or every so many feet. Whatever suits your fancy, you can do that. Fast forward to our final product. Ta-da! Here is our DIY ring light. And sorry again for the frame being off, but I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely. You'll see that the cord that is the connection to the AC adapter is hanging right there in the bottom. And there's the AC. I'm actually going to connect it and then plug it up into its power source. And in this particular case, I actually have a dimmer switch on mine. So I think that's pretty cool. If you want to go with the option to be able to dim the light to your liking, I'd say purchase the one that has a dimmer. If not, no worries, you don't have to have it, but I chose this one, and I will provide the links below. Plugged it in, dimmed it down, and then turned it up. And you see here is the ring light. Pretty bright. I turned off the light that I had going on in the background. Also closed the blinds a little bit to kind of take away any extra light so that you can see exactly how bright this light is. And again, this is the natural daylight LED lights, so keep that in mind. You absolutely want to make sure that you purchase those, otherwise you're going to get some type of soft lighting, which is not really the look you want to go for with a DIY ring light. So here I am picking it up, kind of facing the camera so that you can see how it looks facing the camera. I even went as far as putting my hand in the middle of it at some point just to kind of see, after I turned it facing the opposite direction of the camera. Put my hand there so that you can see how it's lit. But outside of that, this is it. Now you have your own DIY ring light, and you can hang it however you please. You can get a mount for it, be creative. You can hang it on something, on the tripod, or whatever the case may be. Just get creative with how you actually position it. That's it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY videos, and I post at least every week. Talk to you guys later. Toodles.